Hi everyone, how are you doing today? Today we're at the Wynn in Las Vegas, and if you haven't been to the Wynn, you must come because it's beautiful. And talking of beautiful, my beautiful guest here on my left is Doreen Cohanim, clinical hypnotherapist, and I'm very excited to speak to you today. How are you?
I'm great.
So I'm really excited to talk about you and your practice and some of the exciting things that you're doing. And I'd like to just share it with everybody who's watching today. And if Doreen is just so interesting. She deals with a variety of different things. So we're going to quickly kind of get into it. And if you think this interview would be something that other people enjoy, please pass it on. We're going to put it up on YouTube, and so everybody will get the chance to have a look at it. So let me first of all talk to you about being psychic. Is it a bit ooh?
Well,
is it natural?
You know, we all are psychic. Some people just have it. Some people need to develop it. I had it all the time, but with time I needed to develop that because as a child my mother asked me not to talk about it because she didn't want me to be judged. So it was a secret. I mean, all of a sudden you're seeing the dead people, you're communicating, you're channeling. It wasn't something normal or accepted. But with time, it happened a lot, and I've been involved in a car accident in 1999.
Wow.
Which it was really bad, and before it happened, I actually seen it.
Really?
I saw.
Premonition.
Yeah, and it was like seconds before, and my sister-in-law was driving, and I was telling her, you know, slow down, there is this car gonna hit us, and she said, you're insane. I said, I see it, please slow down. And she just pressed on the gas, and boom, exactly what I predicted. It was like, oh my God. And the next thing I remember, the car was flipping, and I remember on the third flip, my head was going like down, and I had an out-of-body experience.
Oh, wow.
And when I had out-of-body experience, you always hear about that, and you know, you're skeptical, and I'm usually a very skeptical person.
Really?
And yes, and I went through that warm, white tunnel that feels safe, feels great, you see faces, and I was like wondering like, but some voice told me don't look around, don't see all these familiar people because you are not going to come back. And I was like, okay, so I was smiling, going back, and as I was going down to the tunnel, in the end, I saw a picture of a boy about 8 years old. I didn't recognize the picture. I looked inside the end of the tunnel and said, wait a minute, it's look familiar. Intuitively, I knew it's my son. My son wasn't living with me at the time. He was taken away. So I was looking inside at the picture out there, and I'm like, oh my God, that's my son. So instantly I realized like I'm not in a living place. Something is different.
Wow.
Because my son, it was an age that my son wasn't that age. I'm like, oh my God, God, please take me back. Right now, I am not ready to die. And instantly, when I'm finished, I was suctioned back like a vacuum.
Wow.
And then I saw my head like down, and the car was going back to the sitting position. Shortly after that, I started having a very low lower back pain, and I become paralyzed.
Oh my
With all the
goodness.
treatment and medication, they gave me everything. It just didn't work, and no one understood me. I'm like, you know, you just spoiled. My doctor actually, Dr. Hopkins told me, you're spoiled, you know. And I'm like, I'm not, I'm in pain. And you know, back then everybody was looking to get getting into accident, getting some money, and
Oh, yeah.
time was rough. And I have to admit, you know, talking about the law of attraction, I was like, I hope I can get into an accident, so maybe I get some money. But you
Isn't
know,
that
be
interesting?
careful what you wish for, because you don't know what that accident can get you into.
Yeah.
So it got to the extreme.
Yeah.
Eventually, with therapy and that, things were getting worse, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I got to the point that medication didn't help, and I was advised to do steroid injection.
Yeah.
And shortly after that, If that didn't work, to have surgery, back surgery. I freaked out. Having a phobia,
Yeah.
that
What
would
were they
save
going to,
me.
what back surgery were they going to do? Did they even say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a huge bulge between my spines, like the L4, L5, L7 base, and so it was like really serious. I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand. I had no control of my
It affects
bowel
everything,
movement.
doesn't it? A bad back. It
I
just,
was miserable.
Mhm.
I was miserable, and then when I went for my steroid injection, I refused because I had a needle phobia, and I didn't do it. I went home.
Now, was it going in your lumbar, right in
Yes.
your back? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness!
and it was radiated into your
So it was a
lung.
massive needle, probably. Oh,
Yeah, and
God.
I just couldn't think of the moment I saw the needle, I freaked out. In my mind, of course, we think it's humongous and it's deadly.
Yeah.
So it prevented me from having the surgery, and I came home very miserable. I cried out loud. I had a very serious argument with God, like, why me, and all this, crying, not being very pleasant. Took a deep breath, closed my eyes, never ever meditated in my life. And sitting there in the lotus position, remembering from some movies, breathing, I noticed, like, wait a minute, the pain is there, but I was in control. And I did it for 3 days. On the third day, my mom brought my mail, dropped it, and I was meditating. And when I opened my eyes, I saw a brochure. It was colorful, and I looked there, and it says the C.Ht Energy Healing. Although, to let you know that I even took Reiki healing, and it really made me uncomfortable. And Reiki is a great thing.
So you'd taken the Reiki before that, or?
No, I never, but I went to a Reiki practitioner to help me to heal.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But I didn't connect with it at the time, and I wasn't a believer. But for some reason, when I saw the brochure that says energy healing, the Melchizedek in Hebrew, it's the king of justice. It talked to me. It made sense. I was drawn to it, and I looked. It says Elton healed his wife, and he's going to be in Los Angeles in a few days. And I'm like, put it back. I'm like, no, it just wasn't a believer. So I started helping other people.
What was that like to go through? What were you feeling? I mean, your mind and your body and your spirit. What kind of transformation took place then? Can you remember?
Yeah, but the first time I went there, I was skeptical. But the amazing thing, what's happened? You're sitting in a room with 200 other people that all want to become an energy healer. And then when you sit there, I remember I was on the first row, and the person was sitting next to me. It was an empty chair. I was sitting there, and everywhere else was packed. One single empty chair. The amazing part, which I would never forget, it felt like there was someone sitting there, because someone was pushing me, and literally someone was pushing me. I'm like, and I got very annoyed. I'm like, there is no one here, but it's pushing me, and you can feel the weight. So I got upset. I stood up, and I sat on the empty place. Nothing was there, but then guess what? From this side, something was pushing me. And I was getting really annoyed. So I said, something is pushing me. And Alton asked me to, Alton is the master that was teaching the Melchizedek. He asked me to leave the room for about 3 minutes exactly. He said, don't come in and come inside. You have negative energy around you. I went out 3 minutes behind the door. Felt very uncomfortable. I walked in, and I was afraid to go and sit. So I stood in the back of the room, and as he was talking, I had, like a cartoon when you see a bubble.
Yeah.
And I saw...
Like a thought bubble or something.
Yeah, but I saw a real, vivid, fresh, newborn baby. And the baby was saying, tell my dad I'm here, tell my dad I'm here. And it was for Elton. I'm like, okay, I'm crazy. I'm losing it. I'm already there, and I'm miserable. I'm in pain. And something will pull in my hand, lifting up. So I said, I wanted to let him know, and I'm like resisting, and you know,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. It's like happening
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
We're lifted, and
Yeah.
I was resisting, and I was getting very annoyed because there is this image in front of me. There is something pulling my hand, like I need to ask, and I said, okay, I'll ask, but he's not responding. When he realized, he said, I know my son is here, and he's dead.
Ah.
And the hand went down, and I was like, okay. That bubble disappeared, and after that, my life changed.
Now, did you guys talk about this? Didn't you want to say to him, okay, what just happened?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. He said, you will understand.
Yeah.
So he didn't really want it to be distracted. And then we did meditation. And this is the amazing thing. Again, skeptical me, and I'm sure a lot of people like that. And I do attract skeptical people to my practice. And I love it because when they see the transformation, it's awesome. So what's happened was, like, I went through the training, and you know, you go through meditation. I could not meditate, and I'm emotional, so it's hard for me to visualize, imagine. I have trained myself. I feel I'm more kinesthetic. So I'm like, okay, everybody waking up from this meditation, they're telling this beautiful story. Guess what? Something wrong with me, or they're lying. So I assumed that everyone lying except me. So on the second day, I felt uncomfortable. So I started pretending that, you know, I see things. So I lied. I really lied. Very bad thing. But I just felt outsider. And as soon as I started lying, the next thing you knew, it was happening. I could visualize. I could see. We could see the 9/11
Wow.
incident. I saw many things, and like I didn't really believe it's real until when things started happening. I'm like, oh my God, I seen it. I've been there. We actually went to the future, to the past. It was amazing, and I healed on the fourth day.
Now,
I was walking.
was he leading you? Was your master leading you into a type of trance, or was he making any suggestions, or how did it happen?
This is the funny thing. I didn't know much about hypnosis. I just heard about it from movies.
Yeah.
But now that I know, a lot
Yeah.
of it is self-hypnosis
Yeah.
and guided meditation with a lot of suggestion. That's what it was. And yes, I see from everything else that you get involved from meditation and spiritual connection and energy and cleansing. It's all part of meditation and breathing correctly. You know, something that it was amazing.
I think it's an important part that you're talking about the breathing, because the breathing and the oxygenization is such an important part of even just hypnosis, meditation, relaxation, focus, so on.
Right.
And I think that so many times people don't involve the breathing aspects. I mean, look at the yogis. They spend all this time focusing on breath.
Yes.
It's so important. Why is breath important, do you think, Doreen?
Because it's, first of all, it calms your mind. It helps your circulation. Your blood circulation needs oxygen. So when you breathe correctly, when you don't breathe correctly, you actually don't allow the oxygen flow getting to the areas that we need to. Our brain needs oxygen, and breathing is very important. Once our brain gets all the oxygen correctly, then the message being delivered to the heart, to the part, and everything else. So it's help you to relax, it's help you to heal, it's help you to balance yourself, and it also helps you to spiritually communicate and channel with the other side. You know, energetically, everything works in harmony.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know what you think about this, but I'll put it out there. Sometimes I kind of think that by investing time in breathing and focusing on good energy, we can eliminate a lot of stress, physical manifestations of stress in our body. What are your thoughts about that? Trapped emotions and so on that have manifested in our body.
Yeah, well, like I said before,
Yeah.
breathing, it's actually smooth and you know, transform. It just liquidate all this toxic
Very
and
important.
help you to release it.
Very interesting.
It's very
So
important.
from there, how did you become this well-known hypnotist, that expert that you are now?
So after that, I searched for hypnosis. I found places in Glendale and other places. I emailed. No one got back to me. And again, I attracted. I was like so wanted it, and
Yeah.
I received a invitation to come to HMI, Hypnosis Motivation Institute. I went there instantly. I fell in love with the presenters and what they described. But my intention when I went to become a hypnotherapist was different. I wanted to control the relationship that I had. I always was a pleaser, and I always attracted the controlling people in my life, and I felt I wasn't good enough. So when I went to HMI and when I signed up, I was like, I'm going to control everyone else, especially in my relationship, so they don't control me. And the amazing part was like everybody in the class were there to control someone in the relationship.
Isn't that fascinating?
And that was hilarious. And the first thing we learned, hypnosis is not about controlling anyone else. It's about changing and educating yourself and learning who I am. Who am I? And that was amazing. That
I
changed
love
my
that.
life. I shortly broke up with my boyfriend,
Yes.
and I gained the confidence. And I was always outgoing because I'm the oldest of 8 children.
Oh, congratulations!
So
Wow.
and so I was always outgoing. I was always like, you know, the tomboy in the beginning. I liked to do
Really?
all the boy things. So I was
Because you've got an energy of, right, let's do it, get up and go, come on, let's get cracking. Even though you're very calm, there's this underlying, very strong energy of, let's get to it.
I guess I have to give the credit to my upbringing, you know, being from a big family and also serving in the military in Israel, which is all about discipline.
Yes.
You learn discipline and
Yes.
survival.
Yes.
Survival doesn't mean, you know, you're going to hurt someone. That's not
How
what we learn.
phenomenal.
It's about taking care of yourself, taking care of people
The
that
group,
you
yeah.
love. And you know what I like about
Yes.
the army and the discipline is
Yeah.
like unconditional love. You serving to protect a nation, a country
Yes.
you don't even know.
It's so important, isn't it? And
You
I-
don't
I
even
think
know,
it
and
gets
then
overlooked,
you
yeah.
control. I mean, I remember walking with Uzi and M16, a heavy gun for
Yeah.
a kid. Like I was 18; it's a mandatory
Yeah.
in my country. You needed to be obedient, in control, and respectful toward your weapon. You
Yes.
cannot get upset and just shoot someone.
No.
It was your husband, and for the guy, the wife, you need to take care of them like your own baby, clean it.
Yes.
That's what's important. That's what most people don't understand when they think army or military.
Yes.
They think you learning to hurt someone else, and that's not what it was about.
I think it's just a lack of exposure, maybe.
Yeah, well, no one likes
From
to go
other
to the
people,
war.
yeah.
It's not pleasant. I mean, I have lost great friends.
Of
You know,
course, yeah.
it was traumatizing. But I think the personality again, I was able to get out and take care of myself. That
Yeah.
was the survival. And also, I have it with me.
Yes.
I mean, I really believe that I was
Yeah.
born gifted to be. There is a. I honestly, this is what I think, and so for some people might be very weird. I really believe my mission in this world is to help other people. And the reason I survived many deaths, like being in the suicide bomb and nothing happening to me, being in an accident, being paralyzed,
Wow.
and then I'm okay. There is a reason for all this happening, and I really honestly believe I have a purpose to teach other people. I've been through
Phenomenal.
a horrible divorce.
Yeah.
My child was taken away.
Yes.
Someone else will just either gonna hurt someone or kill themselves.
Yes.
And my mindset was like, move on, move on.
It takes incredible courage and strength to continuously move on through those kind of obstacles. And I'm actually quite pleased that you've mentioned this, because I think it relates to the new economy that we're experiencing right now. How so many people have change their situation and are finding it very difficult to find some get up and go and pull things together and see what they can do. Can you speak a little bit, since you've got great experience, great vigor, great strength and courage? Can you talk a little bit to those people?
Yeah, well, you mentioned the economy, and you know what? The economy is bad, but it's never bad if you don't give it the power. There is like so many million people all over. Just in Los Angeles, there is California, Los Angeles, 9 million people. I mean, I'm not sure I'm correct exactly. There is enough work for everyone. Just get out of your butt. Stop being lazy and crying and whining. There is job. Don't be lazy. Then if you have to do a $5 job right now,
That's it.
do it. I help people promote their own businesses. I help people making money. And actually, I started the group that's called Hypnotic Mindset Millionaires, because we're all born to be millionaires. And you need someone to push you. If you're coming to me for help, I'm willing to guide you, but you need to make that commitment, you know.
It is the mindset at the end of the day, isn't it?
It is the mindset, and it just, I enjoy it. I mean, whatever it is, you need to believe in yourself. And yes, we all been having obstacles and difficulties and
What's the
stress.
first step, Doreen? What should people do first, do you think?
You know what? The definition in health, do you know what is the definition of health?
I think it depends on who you speak to. I don't know. What is it? Yeah.
I heard it somewhere, and maybe it's in the practitioners that teach Ho'oponopono. And I like what the idea that is delivered is. The definition of health is thinking. Stop thinking, do it. Like, you know, the Nike.
Paralyzed in thought.
The Nike says, just do it.
Yes.
So instead of thinking and
Analysis
analyzing.
paralysis.
Exactly, just do it. So my advice to everyone, if you really, really sincerely want to make money and go out there, just do it. Whatever ideas, you know,
Don't let the economy stop you. Don't let anything stop you.
You know what?
Right?
I've been through a lot of. This is what I do. My mission, my real mission, is to help homeless people. And I'm looking for
out there on Skid Row in California.
Yeah, I have a website. It's not developed. It's there, but it's out there. I put it out there. It's homelessdignity.com.
Fantastic.
It's not. The reason is this is my vision, and once you have a vision,
Yes.
I believe you can achieve it.
Yes.
So everything I do.
Well, you've already proven that, haven't you?
Thank you. Yes, I have.
With all of the things that you've already overcome, and
yes, I have.
the fact that you're so powerfully and so elegantly sitting here and sharing your experiences with a lot of other people that possibly are from all over the world. And I really believe that with what you're sharing from the depths of your soul, that is going to touch somebody somewhere, and they're going to say, wow, you know, it's not, because I think sometimes it's so easy to say, well, look, I could never get to the point that they're at.
Yeah, there is no. I mean, we all have different way of obstacle and
Yeah.
situation and dramas in our life. We all have different bringing.
That's right.
You know, some people are alcoholics, some people abuse, some people
That's right.
rape. Some people, I didn't come from alcoholic family, you know, but I came from a controlling family. It's not because they were mean, because they wanted to make sure I do everything right
Yes.
their way, and that was the best discipline
They
they
were
could
afraid.
give me.
Yes.
So as a result, maybe I did mistake. I don't go and hold them. I learn to forgive,
That's
because
it.
if you don't forgive, you're just holding back. But until this day, I have a 21 years old son that it doesn't see me. He came to me after 10 years from a
Yes.
bad custody,
Yeah.
from an in-law that was taken over, and
Yeah.
I've forgiven everyone. My son is out there. He's going to come. And I survive, you know. I mean, how can I say? I have cried.
Yes.
And there are still moments when it's birthday or holidays that I remember and I cry.
Yes.
But I learned to teach my inner child to trust
That's it.
me while I trust my inner child. And
Yes.
people don't communicate with that. People give too much power to what other thinking. I used to be that, and I
that is kind of what causes a lot of the analysis paralysis. Do you think, or not?
Oh yeah,
Worrying
definitely.
about what other people are going to think. I think
Who
we're all
cares?
aware of. Well, I think we're all aware that other people have different thoughts, but. You know, I really like Byron Katie for that, because she says that's their business, you know, and it's not really your business. And I think that's true, really.
My mother,
Gotta get
my
out there
grandmother,
anyway.
my grandmother, rest her soul.
Mm.
She always used to say, I remember as a kid, she used to say, you know, about people talking about this woman cheated and this. She said, what is it? Are you holding the cashier and taking changes? What is it to you? What are you gaining?
It's such a, like, you know, you're
Today
focusing
it's so
all your
brilliant.
stuff on it.
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
We've got to get cracking with what we're doing, right?
You know,
Isn't
just
it the
be
truth?
passionate. Remember when you were a kid, you know, you had these dreams and they asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you didn't think a minute. You're like, I want to be a firefighter.
Yes.
I mean, I do presentation in schools with young kids, and you know, some of them 3 years old, and that's like, no, sorry, 5 and 6 years old.
I think it's fantastic,
it's
Doreen.
amazing.
So needed, you know.
But when you go and you ask them, those 6 years old and 9 years old and 12 years old, okay, close your eyes, imagine, what do you want to be when you grow up, and tell me first. And everybody's telling, and there is this boy who will say, I want to be a ballerina dancer,
Yeah.
and all the kids immediately like, what?
Oh, yes.
And I immediately
My
say,
goodness.
that's awesome,
And
great.
you know,
that's
it might have been, you know, the only time that somebody affirmed his dream. Oh, I'm so glad that you're doing
and
it.
it was
Such powerful
so passionate,
work.
and everyone was like, what? You're not a girl? And I said, that's great, because that's why we play in the imagination. We can be anything
And
we
he has
want.
the right to be different.
And I'm glad it happened, because I gave this little boy the confidence, and I
yes.
explained
So
everyone
important.
else that it's okay to be a
Yes.
boy and want to be a
Yes,
ballerina.
absolutely.
Because
When
otherwise,
sleep.
if I wasn't
Yes.
there to explain and something like that happened, they would bully these boys.
Some of the greatest ballerinas have who's going to pick the ladies up.
And they are amazing. you know,
Right? Aren't they? Isn't it beautiful?
So
love that.
I want every one of us forget about the stress. I mean, yes, we grow up, we become responsible, we get married, we go through divorce, other obstacles, money,
happens.
whatever,
Yeah.
and you forget to be that kid. Just wake up,
That's
bring that
it.
kid to life, and have passion. Be passionate.
Yes.
And make that dream happen. You know what? Everything start with a dream and vision. Everything.
Now, talking about a dream and vision, I understand that you've done some work with Dr. Oz. Is that right?
You know, this
What
is
an
the funny thing.
opportunity!
You know what?
Wowee.
Um,
For those who don't know who Dr. Oz is, who is Dr. Oz?
well, Dr.
I mean, unless they've been under a stone, I don't know. But
Dr. Oz is a famous doctor that been discovered at Oprah's show, and he has his show, and he brings different experts, and he educates people about stress, health, and alternative.
and he's got amazing. I've got all of his books,
Yes.
or I don't know. He might have written something else because I know he knocks them out. But I've got something about you being young. It's
Right.
about you, isn't it? He kind of points the
about you.
finger and he says, "You being young, you and your health." And I think I've got another one. You want a diet. I've got the red one, the green one, and the blue one. Does he have any more?
You know what? To
He's
be
an expert.
honest,
He's
I have to
fantastic.
be honest. I did not read any of his books, but I
Oh,
read
you
the
must read it,
articles.
'cause
But I
they-
watched all these YouTubes
Yeah.
and videos, and the way I attracted Dr.
Yeah.
Oz. Like, I don't know him, he doesn't know me.
Well, I have to say also, you guys watch his stuff on YouTube or get his books. I'll tell you why. He gives, he presents beautifully.
Awesome. Great guy.
He gives a great deal of information in just an easy, user-friendly interface. Sorry to interrupt you, but I just wanted to pass that on.
So this is what I teach my students the vision board,
Yes.
and I apply it with NLP, even though
Very
I
nice.
just know
That's
NLP
right.
by books and coaching
That's
and all
enough.
that.
Good.
And I use hypnosis.
Yes. Very
To
nice.
to seal it
And
in
probably
our
everything
subconscious.
else you're doing, energy and so on.
That's
and
right.
your, intuition.
So we were sitting and doing the vision board and put the picture. So mine was simple. It's just background gold, and on the left side there's
gold
a beautiful.
as in the bars.
Yes.
Why
on
not,
the,
right?
On the left side, I have that beautiful lady wearing like, nice tight dress, red
Beautiful
dress,
spelt dress.
blah. And then there is a car, convertible. I don't even remember which one, silver car. No, red car because I wanted red. And then this money flowing, like,
Gorgeous.
glow it there. In the middle, I put George Clooney,
Nice.
and a vacation
Nice choice.
place. On the right side
Yes.
of my board, I put on the top Dr. Phil. I put his picture,
Yeah.
and underneath I put my ad for HypnoBand.
Nice.
Okay.
Now, what's HypnoBand?
HypnoBand, it's a weight loss system, like the gastric.
Like gastric bypass. So it
Right.
teaches people what? To eat less? It makes
It actually takes the people through a mental surgery.
Fantastic.
They actually have the real surgery with the soundtrack
Yes.
and everything, and they lose weight.
Now,
and I
I
have
read...
great success with it.
Yes, I read... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to finish that. I'm so
Yes.
excited. And then underneath I put, Dr. Oz and, my ad again.
Uh-huh.
Not even 2 weeks later, I'm having clients come into the medical center. How did you hear about me? Dr. Oz show. I'm like, what? Dr. Oz show. What do you mean, Dr. Oz show?
Wow,
So it
really?
wasn't only one person. I started. So
Fantastic.
apparently, and I went home and I looked for Dr. Oz show and I watched, like, what are they talking?
And
like,
he was
there is
talking
this
about your
happening.
HypnoBand.
So he invited what was it, Paul McKinney?
Paul McKenna.
And basically he interviewed him about HypnoBand.
I'm guessing you guys know who Paul McKenna is, and if you don't, he's one of the most well-known hypnotists from the UK, and also NLP trainer that first started to bring Bandland UK, and now he lives here and actually in Canada. I was going to say California.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's happened was, like, they watched the movie and they went on Google and searched, and they said that they found my information on his website. I really didn't find it. I went and looked. I'm like, how do you? But I guess they went on Google and they assumed it was there. And I've been receiving clients.
Wow,
and like talking about.
So don't underestimate your vision board, people. Come on, we've just heard too much about vision boards and the great successes that people have had. And it is a process, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a process, manifesting.
Yes, and the way I use it, I apply energy, and the reason I do it at the medical center, because it's it's a surgery. It feels people feel safer.
Yes.
And we also offer
Very nice.
follow up with doctors.
Very nice.
And if they have diabetes, we make sure like they get nutrition advice as well.
Very nice. So you're psychic. You do energy work. You have the HypnoBand. You've got some great recognition for that nationally and internationally, and you've also got some TV coverage. Is Oprah on your vision board? Do you have plans to go on the Oprah show and talk about HypnoBand?
Maybe I will have Oprah interviewed one day on my show.
Yes, very nice. It's high time that Oprah did some interviews on other people's shows.
I think she's
I'd like to have her in my
person.
seat too. Yeah.
Amazing. She's a
Isn't she?
true angel.
Yeah,
She's
she
a
really
blessing
is.
to everyone.
She is.
Yes.
As you are yourself.
Thank you.
So what's coming up for you, Doreen?
Well, lately I've been traveling, to different countries and doing hypnosis and motivational, and I come. I met some very nice people that they introduced me to my video studio.
Yeah.
So I got involved with that. I have my own web TV.
Yes. What's Web TV for those who don't really know?
For web TV, it's basically to have live. You teach live, you pay-per-view, and you can
Yes.
do it free if you want. You just promote, and if you have a business, you can promote your business. It doesn't have to be for hypnotherapy.
Yeah.
So I happen to use the product to promote myself, and people love it. So I'm like, how do you do it?
Now, how can people see you on Web TV? Because I'm pretty sure there's tons of people from the things that you've been talking about, and even if I were to just highlight one, the HypnoBand for weight loss, which everybody is obsessed with, right, all over the world, how could they find you?
They can go to www.enteryourmind.
Enter like ENTER.
Yes,
Your
yourmind.com. Enter Your Mind Web TV,
Yeah.
WEBTV.com.
Okay, so that's Enter Your Mind webtv.com, and we'll have that information at the end of this.
Yes.
And then what should they do? What should they expect?
They can just visit there, and there is information. They can email me from there, and I can put them on the email list.
Yes.
And whenever I have training
Very
classes
nice.
or lecture, even just, one day I feel like I just want to do a free lecture and educate people,
Now-
motivate people.
Can anybody join in? Do they need special equipment? What would they need to get set up with that?
If they need to set up, if they like the program is really not expensive. It's $399.90 one-time fee, and then $49.90 monthly. And they have 6 marketing tools. They
Do
can
they
have
need
their
any
own-
equipment?
just a webcam and the computer and internet, and they can. We offer. I actually train them myself.
Very nice.
If they are local, I do it locally. If they are not local, then I do it on the phone. I guide them via email, or they come to my TV and I tell them what to do. It's so simple. I mean,
Sounds like a lot of fun, and they can do it from the comfort of their own home.
anywhere you can go, just sit, on the Bahamas having
Yeah.
a drink
Nice.
and turn out, your laptop and wireless, and you
Yeah.
are all over the world. And guess what? The beauty of it, you can charge. You can make like $4,000 a month
There's
or
a lot of
$4,000 a
money,
week.
right, in it, yeah.
For
It's
the-
private enterprise.
You know what is it? It's a small investment. Think about it. If you're gonna open
Very
an office, you cannot do it for $400.
Right, that's right.
And then monthly payment of $49. You don't have to pay electricity. You use whatever you want. You can go to a coffee shop, and you can actually PayPal,
Yes.
charge.
Yeah.
Okay, and you are linked to LinkedIn, to Facebook, to Twitter. So every time you send it, everyone else knows about you.
Very nice.
And whoever like it, you can be a car salesperson and promote your business. You don't have to be a hypnotherapist. But I believe it's a great tool for us hypnotherapists.
Yes.
It's like you are teaching NLP.
Yes.
What a great idea. You go
Yes.
online, you teach. How many people cannot come to Vegas?
Well, that's the thing. I find in this new market that we're talking about, it's really important to get more resourceful and to look at the tools that we're already using. Most people pretty much have a Facebook account. And they might be spending a lot of time lollygagging on Facebook, playing different games and things like that, when really it's a powerful tool for business. And Facebook marketing you could actually have an MBA in Facebook marketing. So, just simple things like using social media for presenting yourself to many more people than you normally would have a reach to. Makes
It
sense.
saved my trouble.
Training over the internet is
You know what? It's safe. I mean, for me to go to
Makes
Israel,
perfect
it's
sense.
about almost $2,000
Yes.
in a hot season.
and somehow you've got to offset the cost.
To rent a hotel, it's about $200 a day,
Yeah.
or a center. And what about food? What about travel? Can you imagine?
Yes.
You pay $49.90 and you can do that without
Yeah,
leaving.
exactly.
And then,
Absolutely.
it's just
Well, I
amazing.
think it makes sense in this day and age to make sure that people have the opportunity to do this great live training. Membership sites, I think, are definitely the way to go now it's 2011, but I think we're just going to see a lot more of the more progressive hypnotists, hypnotherapists, NLP trainers, educators in lots of different genres, using the internet to communicate, as people in business have been doing for years, who are in social media. So it's a very powerful tool.
It is. So if they
How
wanna
can they get on your site to do that? Tell us again.
Well,
Enter Your Mind.
Enter Your Mind Web TV is just a web TV channel. If they want to get an idea how their web TV is going to look, and if they want to join, and see what I do, what I teach.
Is it kind of like blog TV or something like that?
Yeah,
Is it a similar
we can do-
concept? Yeah.
Yes, but it's your own station. It's like having
Very
your own
nice.
YouTube without
Very
any
nice.
advertising.
Yeah.
And if they want to find out information about how to have their own web TV, they can become as a representative and make income if they don't have anything to promote. Like
Just a lot of good information.
I can promote my hypnotherapy, and if someone like it, I become representative because I make money without selling it.
Very nice.
So if they want to be a customer,
Yeah.
you know, a client, they can use the program anywhere from $14.99
Yeah.
to, if they want the big package, which is $399.90, and the $49 to get all. I chose
Monthly
that because when
amazing.
people like it, and I teach hypnosis,
Yeah.
or I do like psychic development
Yes.
online, and I charge
Yes.
like $10-15, depend, you know, in the amount of. I actually blow out the system in one day. I had 3,000 people traffic
Yes.
in one day.
Phenomenal.
So it's really attractive.
And I think that's absolutely incredible because, you know, if you were having a live event, what's the odds of you getting the 3,000? I think it just is so much more accessible. It makes more sense.
It's like I was blown
People don't
away
have to
over, like
disrupt their
3,000
day.
people
It's
because they're
phenomenal.
from different countries, you know, so they don't have to pay for ticket, bus.
Yeah.
Or,
It just makes perfect sense.
I have a
Yeah.
lot of people that they cannot leave their baby because financially they have hard time and they need babysitters.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
baby sleeps, they can
Yeah.
beat up, and it's recorded too, so
Makes
I can let
sense.
them watch it later.
Yes.
Okay, the people that, and if they want to find out information about that, they just go to incomegeneratorsite.com.
Very nice. Now, okay, tell me a little bit about advice you might give to somebody who's a brand new hypnotist and just doesn't know where to begin. They know they enjoy hypnosis or they have a curiosity perhaps for hypnosis. Can you give a little bit of advice to somebody who's starting out as a hypnotist, what they should be thinking of or looking at first?
Yes, so like I said, first of all, be passionate about it. If this is what you want to do, if you're not sure, you know, follow as many hypnotherapists, find their system, and develop your own. You are creative, you are individual, you don't have to copy. You can get the idea if you want to copy in the beginning until you feel comfortable and free, you know, unleashing your personality, because it's all about personality. It's very important how you connect with people. If you really a good therapist, which we all are, it's naturally you need to come from a place of non-judgmental. And if you hear someone snoring in the background, because we are such a great hypnotist that we put someone in sleep, so you know, it's not the tiger. So,
Always working.
yes, and I'm in Vegas because I help few anonymous gamblers privately, and that's why I'm here. And guess what? When they were there gambling,
That's what you're
and
hearing,
playing-
the one that she put to sleep.
yeah, kind of. and then when they play, I am actually going on my laptop and I have a web TV show.
That's it.
Because I still make money.
That's what it's all about.
And that's amazing. You can make as much money as you want. You just need to believe you can do it.
That's
you know
it.
what?
And take the necessary action as well.
And I offer a lot of freebies, a lot of free shows. Just come, you know, become part of it. Email me and I send you invitation. That's all it is.
What's your main site? How can they reach you?
They can go to enteryourmindwebtv.com.
Enteryourmindwebtv.
Click on the banner. They will
Yeah.
take them to enteryourmind.com.
Fantastic.
I do have another website. It's hypnocruise.com.
Hypnocruise.com.
And once a year, I gather speakers from all over the world, and we do hypno cruise, and we go and hang out.
Yes.
and have fun.
Awful lot of fun. And not
And
very,
educate other people.
It's like pennies, a couple of hundred, wasn't it? Or something?
You know what? It's
I think we spoke about that some time ago, did we?
I don't remember, but perhaps maybe a long time ago. It's
Yeah, I think
depend.
sometimes last year or something.
I'm looking. You know, most hypnotherapists that do hypno cruises and they charge about $1,000 or $1,500. It's really not that much. It's like
Well,
about
people really like to get together, don't they? I mean,
practice,
yeah,
and have fun and
that's
socialize and learning.
It's really great to get to. This is actually why I started doing the interviews, because I so much enjoy speaking to other people in the field. And I thought, well, gosh, you know, if I've got this great opportunity, I know that there's tons of people that love to hear what we're talking about. So I think, you know, getting on a cruise with other hypnotists would be a blast, wouldn't it?
It is, and you can
Yeah.
learn from other people. And
Oh, yeah.
you just,
course.
you pay for 4 days
That's
or
what we have
5
all the
days.
forums for, isn't it? So,
Exactly, you pay
yeah.
for 4. How would you like to pay about 600
Yeah.
or 700, and you have the entire cruise
Exactly.
plus training?
Yeah. It's phenomenal.
You're really paying like
Yeah.
200 or 150 for a
Yeah.
training when the training can cost like
Yeah.
thousands of dollars.
Of course, easily.
Because it's
Thousands
unique,
and thousands
it's
and
different,
thousands
and it's
easily.
once a year.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. Fun
It
hand
is.
bio.
And you learn from all the good ones.
Any last words, Doreen?
You know what? Trust yourself, believe in yourself, and just go for it. Like Nike said, just do it. So if you want to accomplish whatever you want, it's within you. You have the power, you have the ability. You are a unique individual, you're never less than anyone else. You are better than that. Just do it.
You're phenomenal. Thank you so much, Doreen. I've enjoyed speaking to you so much.
Thank you.